Okay, girls, let's start clearing the pool. Start clearing the pool then, girls, so we can start on time. Well, good morning everyone and welcome back to the K2 in Crawley for the Swim England South East Age Group Championships 2024. 2 sessions of swimming coming up for you on day 2. We get underway in just under 5 minutes time for the boys open 50-meter butterfly. But before we do so, can I just have your attention for the following safety announcement. You are reminded that the depth of the water is 1.8 metres at both ends of the pool. Starting blocks are 0.75 metres above water level. Coaches and representatives are reminded that only those swimmers who have reached the standard of the ASA Competitive Start Award are permitted to start with a shallow racing dive from the starting blocks. If there is a recall, which is a repeat of the starting signal, you must continue with a shallow racing dive. You must not topple into the water head downwards, as this is dangerous. If you're starting in the water, you must lower yourself over the side. Do not jump or dive. The signal that you'll hear if it becomes necessary to evacuate the building will be a loud siren. To evacuate the building, all those present must use the marked emergency exits. Swimmers and officials must not return to the changing rooms to collect their clothes and belongings. And in line with the recommendation of the GB Child Protection Policy, the organisers of this competition request that any person wishing to engage in any video, Zoom or close-range photography must register their details with staff at the reception desk before carrying out any such photography. Well, before we get the swimming underway, it's now time to introduce our referees and starters for this morning's session. So please put your hands together, first of all, for your referees, starting with Roger Pryor, Chris Hobbs, and Sarah Belobin. And introducing your 2 starters this morning, George Adamson and Bill Utley-Moore. Thank you very much, officials. So just a further reminder for swimmers, they may warm down in the end of the pool underneath the scoreboard. Please swim across the pool to avoid getting officials on the boon wet. And also a reminder for all spectators, coaches and swimmers, we are of course live streaming this weekend every race. Please head to the Swim England South East YouTube channel and you can follow all the action. If you know family or friends who can't be with us here at the venue today, make sure you forward on the link and they follow all the swimmers this afternoon and morning. So just a reminder of what's to come then in session number 3. We have the boys open 50-meter butterfly, followed by the girls 200-meter backstroke, the boys open 200-meter freestyle, the girls 100-meter butterfly, and the boys open 100-meter breaststroke. And of course, we will have all those finals after the heats. Hoping to get underway very shortly. So 2 sessions of swimming coming up for you here at the K2 Crawley, the Swim England South East Age Group Championships. Just also another shout out for the Regional Open Water Championships, which will be taking place on the 30th of June. If you head to the southeastswimming.org website, you can find out all the details of the Regional Open Water Championships on the 30th of June. So we are only a few moments away from getting our first event up and running. The boys open 50-meter butterfly. Just a reminder for swimmers, if you haven't done so already, please make your way to marshalling, please, so we can get these heats underway promptly. And a very good morning to everyone joining us live on YouTube as well. Welcome along for the day. We've got a very exciting morning and afternoon ahead of us, of course. This morning's session getting underway with our first 50-meter event, with just as the boys open 50-meter butterfly.
Our first event this morning is the boys 11 to 14 50-meter butterfly. Heat 1, referee.
And off we go then. Just the 5 swimmers involved in this one. Heat 1 of 12 in the boys 11 to 14 years, 50-meter butterfly. So we have Christopher Leach, Owen Fuller, Bertie Woodward, Ho Xingao and Ollie Balsam. There we go, already with the finishing line in sight. These 50 metres will quite literally fly by in this first event. And looking good on the outside lane over by lane 2, Christopher Leach, but it's going to come from Christopher Leach on the outside lane, 34.54, just ahead of Bertie Woodward.
Heat 2, referee.
Well, we said that these heats will be rapid, and on to Heat 2 we go. Maxim Smith, Evan Kullick, Theo Edmondson West, Freddie Saul, Thomas Bennett, Solly Skinner, Lawrence Scott and Ethan Kennedy all in this one. So going well in lane 5, Thomas Bennett, the swimmer from Ascot Royal Swimming Club, 35.15 was his seed time. He comes in 33.62, roughly 0.3 of a second ahead of Skinner.
Heat 3, referee.
And off we go in Heat 3. First time we've had a full complement of swimmers in the pool for this one. Phoenix Clary in 1, followed by Hugo Baiello, Henry Malone, Ethan Brown, Seth Hamilton, Corbin Wutakati, Leon Bandini and Rocco Palin. As the swimmers emerge from that turn. Good on the outside lane, lane 7, Leon Bandini from Abingdon Vale in lane number 7. Going along well is Mukati in lane 6. Final few strokes for the swimmers. Who's going to get there first? It is in lane 6. Mukati 33.58.
Heat 4, referee.
And off we go then in heat number 4. So we have Henry Harkman, Lachlan Humphreys, Joel Philpott, Matthew Saunders, Satoshi Bagay, Israel Marengo, Rory McDonald and Charlie Goddard. So appearing from the water, Satoshi Baji going along nicely in that yellow swimming cap in lane number 5. The Aberdeen Vale swimmer, 33.53 was his sea time. He's ahead of the rest of the pack, coming in 31.59. Saunders coming in 32.57. And that is your 1-2 in heat 4.
Heat 5, referee.
So these times getting quicker and quicker. 31.59 set in previous heats. So we have Alexander Filatov, Dane Rawkins, Alexander Borden, Patrick Houlihan, Daniel Lawrence, Riley Wood, Takara Hasegawa York and Mitchell Rolls all in this one. And there we go at the turn. Who appears at the front of it? It is in lane 5. Daniel Lawrence, 12-year-old from Staines, 33.04, but looking good on the outside lane. Mitchell Rolls over in lane 8. He's going to take second. The quickest, though, is 31.38. That is Daniel Lawrence in lane number 5. The times are getting quicker and quicker as we progress through the heats.
Heat 6, referee.
At the halfway point then of this event, William Larter in 1, followed by Alexander Milakovsky, Ryan Potts, Joseph Beale, Alexander Song, Siu Shu, Jude Campbell and Thomas Madel. Well, in lane number 7, Jude Campbell from Woking. Also looking across to lane 3 with Ryan Pote, the Windsor swimmer. I think he's just ahead, is Pote, ahead of Campbell in 7. In comes Ryan Pote, 30.78, our first time in the 30-second mark.
Heat 7, referee.
Into heat 7 we go then. Rohan Andrews, followed by Miles Paul, Cooper Robinson, Harrison Wilkins, Joshua Hutchison, Jacob Saliga, Frederick Russell Ross and Gison Kai. So 7 13-year-olds. The only 12-year-old in this one is Rohan Andrews over in lane number 1. Harrison Wilkins from Maidstone. Is he just ahead of Saliga in lane number 6? Keeping an eye out for Russell Ross and Kai in 7 and 8. But here's Wilkins who comes in 31.23. And that is heat number 7.
Heat 8, referee.
As the swimmers emerge in heat number 8, Ted Verney, Elijah Smith, James Fisher, Ruben Smith, Sam Allepfile, Ryan Salmon, Jake Mock and Ethan Wilson all in this one. Who's the first to turn? Maybe from my eye, it looks like it was Ruben Smith, the 13-year-old from Thanet Swim Club. 31.12 is C time, 30.78 the quickest time we've had so far this morning. Will that be beaten in heat number 8? Certainly looking close. We'll have to go to the scoreboard for this one. Sam Allepfile, 30.78. That is exactly the same time as Ryan Pote in one of our previous heats. So we've got a joint quickest time at the moment, 30.78.
Heat 9, referee.
So Ryan Pote and Sam Allepfile, both 30.78, the quickest time so far. In 9, we've got Lachlan Murray, Ethan Colgate, Oscar Earthwell, Charlie Carf, Zachary Callan, Kieran Hicks, Logan Cook and Benjamin Cusack. Swimmers emerge and looking over towards lane 2, Ethan Colgate from Guildford City, about half a body's length ahead of the rest of the pool. He's looking good to be the quickest in this one. And in comes Colgate under that 30-second mark, 29.24 for Ethan Colgate.
Heat 10, referee.
Into heat 10 we go then. Ryan Turner, Nathaniel Costello, Anna Tiandara, Samuel Andrews, Visual Bomik, Alfie Davis, Peter Artmenkov and Yat Fung Hung in lane 8. So all these swimmers in this one are 14 years of age. And at the moment, going towards those centre lanes, looking towards lanes 3 and 4, Dada and Andrews. Looks like Andrews is just ahead in the closing stages and is so. 27.87. Great swim there from Andrews, and they're just getting quicker and quicker as we get to the closing stages of the event.
Heat 11, referee.
So, penultimate heat of the event. Finley Friesen is in 1, followed by Oliver Beckwith, Josh Kimberley, Toby Hodgson, Damien Frexick Krieger, Henry Barker, Joseph Gulty and George Brown. Now on the turn, who's the first to emerge? Looking good in lane number 5, isn't it, for Frexick Krieger, the City of Southampton swimmer. 28.98 was his entry time. I think he's just going to get there ahead of Hodgson. Yes, he does. 27.52. just over a tenth of a second separating the pair.
Final heat, heat 12, referee. Have a disqualification to announce from this event, event 201. Heat 3, lane 4, that's heat 3, lane 4, technical infraction.
And turning our attention back to the pool, the swimmers have already turned and motoring over in lane 4. It's Patrick Persisna, the Eastbourne swimmer, 27.18. This is rapid, 26.42 for the Eastbourne swimmer. Only time in the event in that 26-second mark, 26.42.
Our next event this morning is the girls 11 to 14, 200 metre backstroke. Heat 1, referee.
Well, that 50-metre butterfly was over and done with in the blink of an eye as we move to the girls 11 to 14, 200-metre backstroke. So we have 6 swimmers involved in this one. We have Mia Moss of Maidstone in 2, Maisie Beresford-Jones of Maidenhead in lane 3. We have Beatrice Gubb from Rushmore Royals in 4, Maisie Green of Dorking in 5, Holly Merchant from Hailsham in 6, and finally Isabel Story from Sevenoaks in lane number 7. So the opening 50, good start here for Maisie Beresford-Jones, who's the Maidenhead swimmer, 36.78. Roughly about 3/10 of a second ahead of Beatrice Gubb in lane number 4. So all these swimmers are 12 years of age. These will be setting those times then in the 11 to 12 years age group. So 118.16 at the halfway point, 120.42 for Gubb in lane number 4, with Maisie Green currently sitting in 3rd. So we're relatively close behind Beresford-Jones, who has got a bit of a gap building for her in lane number 3. 250.34 seat time coming into this event. This is heat 1 of 9 in the girls 11 to 14, 200 metre backstroke. Right, final 50 then, 2 minutes, 0.84 for Beresford-Jones. Going along very nicely in this first heat. pack trailing behind. Gubb is currently in second spot, but the race for third place in Heat 1 is just hotting up. But Maisie Beresford-Jones is going to set the pace, set the time for the 11 to 12 years age category in this 200-metre backstroke. What can she finish with? 250.34 the seed time. And in comes Beresford-Jones, 241.62, shaving off roughly 9 seconds there off her seed time. Great swim, great start for Beresford-Jones. She sets the pace in the 11 to 12 years.
Heat 2, referee.
Take your marks.
So 241.62, the time set by Beresford-Jones in the 11 to 12 years age category. And we have a pool all made up of 12-year-olds in Heat 2. So Sophia Robinson from Tigers Jersey is in 1. Amelia Webb from Winchester City in 2. Lisa Durant from Chivers in 3. Alicia Joubert from Epsom District in 4. Lana Jones from City of Southampton in 5. In lane 6, Darcy Williams from Windsor. In lane 7, Lucinda Spalek-Pulchicheron from Maidstone. And in lane 8, Grace Wittich from Amersham. So approaching the halfway point then of heat number 2. There's a Durant going along nicely. The swimmer from Shiver is 245.10, and at that turn 114.14. 114.67, Joubert in lane number 4. So roughly 6/10 of a second separating them at the halfway point. Is it going to be a little bit closer this time around? Durant in 3, Joubert in 4. So 154.44, 154.86. So just over 4/10 of a second that time around. So it's getting a little bit closer between Durant in 3 and Joubert in lane number 4. Can any of the rest of the chasing pack try and force themselves into that top 2 in heat? 241.62 set by Beresford-Jones in the previous heat is the time to beat in the 11 to 12 years age group. But this has been a good 50 for Durant in lane number 3, the swimmer from Shiverers, and in she comes, 232.18. So setting the time then in the 11 to 12 years age group, 232.18 for Durant, quickest in heat 2.
Heat 3, referee.
So just before we introduce the swimmers for heat number 3, let's run through the finalists then for the boys 50-metre butterfly. Starting with the 11 to 12 years age group, so we have Daniel Lawrence, Riley Wood, Matthew Saunders, Thomas Madel, Dane Rawkins, Rory McDonald, Patrick Houlihan and Rowan Andrews. In the reserve list it was Corbin Mutakati, Thomas Bennett, Seth Hamilton and Charlie Goddard. For the boys 13-year-olds final, we had Henry Barker, Oliver Ratchford, Jake Militis, Zachary Callahan, Oscar Earthrow, Thomas Knoll, Ryan Pote and Jake Mock, with the 4 reserves being James Fisher, Ted Verney, Harrison Wilkins and Ruben Smith. For the 14-year-olds final, we have Patrick Seasnat, Damien Fraxig-Krieger, Toby Hodgson, Samuel Andrews, Lanley Tiandara, Ryan Turner, Joshua Kimberley and Rijul Bomick, with the 4 reserves being Alfie Davis, Frederick Brown, Benjamin McDougall and Ethan Colgate. So swimmers and coaches, you have 5 minutes from now to withdraw from any of those finals. 5 minutes from now. Just a reminder that all the results are being placed at the back of the spectator gallery area and at poolside. So if you need to check out any of the results, they are up on the back wall at the spectator area and also poolside. Right, heat number 3 then. We have Isabella Knight in 1, followed by Julia Cusack, Evelyn Moody, Maddie Markle, Evelyn Galbraith, Charlotte Richmond, Elsie Saffer and Abby Whitaker. And as I glance across to the pool, looking good for Galbraith in 5, not too far behind, or in fact maybe just a little bit in front is Charlotte Richmond in lane at 6. So 3 13-year-olds, 5 12-year-olds. It is Richmond who is out in front currently, 155.78, 100th of a second. Separating Richmond in first place, Galbraith in second. Just a reminder, in the 11 to 12 years age category, 232.18, the time to beat, set by Maisie Durant. And the swimmers in this one will set the time in the 13-year-old age group. And at current rate, it's going to be Richmond who is going to set this in lane number 6. The swimmer from Maxwell has just opened up a bit more of a gap in the final few stages, and in she comes. Apologies, Galbraith in lane number 5, 234.56. Setting the time there, 234.56. Setting the time in the 13-year-olds.
Heat 4, referee.
Take your marks.
So underway in heat number 4, Ava Bench from City of Milton Keynes in 1, Elsie from Royal Tunbridge Wells in 2, Olivia Atkinson from Winchester City Penguins is in lane 3. In lane 4 we have Elsie Butler from Maidstone, lane 5 Verity Nichols from Eastern Victor Excel, lane 6 Georgina Henson from Royal Tunbridge Wells, Olivia Hagberg from Guildford City is in 7, and Megan Carter from Beausejour Barracuda is in lane 8. So early leader Nell Ziki over in lane number 2, the Royal Tunbridge Wells swimmer, 13-year-old, 240.98 her seat time. So just a reminder, in the 13 years age group, 234.56, set by Evelyn Galbraith in heat number 3 is the time to beat. 232.18 in the 12 years age group is time to try and smash, set by Maisie Durant in heat number 2. Now, as we approach the halfway point of this one, it is Nell Ziki who's still out in front, 114.71 at the turn. roughly 8/10 of a second ahead of Elsie Butler in lane number 4, the swimmer from Tigers jersey. So we have two swimmers 12 years of age in this one. Butler in 4, Berg in lane number 7. The rest of the pool made up of 13-year-old swimmers, with your leader, Elziki, being one of them. 153.72 there at the turn. 134.56. Once again, is the time to be early on in the event. Ziki now with a bit of space into the final stages of heat number 4. So she will be the quickest in the pool. Let's have a look at her time. 2:31.75. There we go. That's beating that time and setting the pace. 2:31.75 there. Elsie Butler coming 2:33.9. She was one of our 12-year-old swimmers in that one. Elsie Butler, 2:33.9.
Heat 5, referee.
Take your marks.
So off we go then in heat number 5. We've got Claudia Woodward from Maidenhead in 1. In lane 2, Lola Bornett from Sevenoaks. Lane 3, Amy Langer from Atlantis. Lane 4 from Tigers jersey is Ellie Grant. Lane 5, Molly McGinley from Wickham District. Ava Stradwick from Portsmouth North, season 6. Evie Powell from Dorking in 7. Sienna West from Wickham is in lane 8. So opening 50, strong starts for Ellie Grant. 33.99, just under that 34-second mark after the opening 50 metres. 2:37.64 is a sea time. Once again, this is a heat made up of 12 to 13-year-olds. Two 12-year-olds in this one, Molly McGinley in 5, Evie Powell in 7. The rest are made up of 13-year-olds. Once again, 2:32 time set for the 12-year-old category. 13-year-olds, 2:31.75. And just some clarification on some official times from our previous event. So this is event 201. Official time in heat 2, lane 7 was 36.17. So heat 2, lane 7, 36.17. That's event 201. Also event 201, heat 9, lane 3, 30.28. Now back to the action currently taking place in the pool. Ellie Grant still with that good lead there in lane number 4, 149.79. Give or take about 3.5 seconds there ahead of Molly McGinley in lane number 5. Can McGinley just close that gap? So Grant leading the way from Tiger Swimming Club jersey. Time she's aiming to try and beat is 2:31.75, set by Nelziki in heat number 4. This is heat number 5. And coming in is Ellie Grant, 2:27.05. McGinley coming in 2:30.88. So new time set in the 12 years age category, 2:30.88 by McGinley. And Grant leads the way for the 13 years age group. Molly McGinley with a time of 2:27. In fact, Ellie Grant should say 2:27 227.05 for Grant.
Heat 6, referee.
Take your marks.
So into heat number 6 we go, and we've got a real mixture of ages in this one. Tyler J. Thomas from Medway Maritime is in 1, Lily Wayman from Maxwell in 2, Cleo Horton from Portsmouth North Seas in 3, Holly Katassi from City of Milton Keynes is in 4, Emily Dyche from Maxwell in 5, Olivia Quiller from Maidstone in 6, Matilda Boyce from Bracknell and Wokingham in 7, and Laura Sengunul from Leatherhead is in lane 8. So just the 1 12-year-old in this one, and that is Tyler J. Thomas over in lane 1. Waymond, Quiller, Boyce and Sengunul, all 13 years of age. Horton, Katassa and Dyche are all 14 years. So Quiller is your leader there at the moment, 111.27, good lead as well for Quiller. She is 13 years of age. Time to try and beat in that age group is 227.05, set by Grant in our previous heat. So 150.08 for Quiller. Going on very nicely so far in heat 6. So roughly, give or take, 3.5 seconds behind is Matilda Boyce. She is in lane number 7. Just also wanting to keep tabs on Tyler J. Thomas over in lane 1 in the 12 years age category, 230.88 I should say, set by McGinley in our previous heat. And then comes Olivia Quiller, lane 6, 228 on the button for Olivia Quiller in lane 6. 231.29 for Horton in lane 3.
Thank you, Spurs. Clear the pool to the sides.
Heat 7, referee.
Take your marks.
Off we go then in heat number 7. Jemima Grove from Wickham District in 1. Ewing Miley Tway from Reading is in 2. Darcy Arnold from Woking in 3. Gisela Solano from Guildford City is in 4. Also from Guildford City in 5 is Heidi Corbett. Ella Green from Whitney and District is in 6. Amelia Narkovic from Maidstone is in 7. Whereas Benson from City of Milton Keynes is in 8. Early leader comes from lane 4, 32.78. That was set by Solano in that opening 50 metres. So 2 13-year-olds in this one. Troy in 2 and Corbett in 5. So just keeping tabs on those guys. 227.05 the time to beat in the 13 years age group. A reminder, in the 14 years age group, it's 2:31.29 is the time set by Horton in the previous heat, heat 6. So 144.18 for Gisela in lane 4. And steaming ahead, 148.18 for Heidi Corbett. So a couple of seconds behind there for Corbett in lane number 5. So at the moment it is Guildford City 1-2 in heat number 7. Will it remain that way? Already turning, finishing line in sight for Gisela Solano. 2:24.07 was her C time, on course to beat that final few strokes for her. Coming in 2:20.31. Good swim there in lane number 4.
Thank you, swimmers, to the sides.
Heat 8, referee.
Take your marks.
Into heat number 8 we go. This is the penultimate heat of this girls 11 to 14 200 metre backstroke. So in this one we've only got one 13-year-old, and that's Sophia Kouloudis on the outside lane in lane 8. The rest of the pool all 14 years of age. Starting with Bella Jones in 1, Elsa Dodds in 2, Saskia Spencer in 3, in 4 is Emily Collins, 5 Olivia Dolan, 6 is Matilda Biggs, and 7 Hannah Lafferty. So 2:20.31 is the time set in 14 years age group. 13 is 2:27.05. So we'll just keep tabs on that for Kouloudis in lane 8. So Matilda Biggs, 1:10.01 for Biggs in lane number 6. Yeah, with Biggs currently leading the way. Behind Biggs, it's anyone's game. This is mightily close. Matilda Biggs, though, leading the way, the City of Southampton swimmer. So, final 50 for them, 1:47.47 for Biggs. So final turn then, and closing the gap as well on Biggs, looking towards Olivia Dolan in lane number 5. And this has been a great 50 metres for Dolan, 14-year-old from Hailsham. 2:26.6 was her C time. Brilliant 25 metres this for Dolan, 2:24.23.
The ninth and final heat, referee.
Take your marks.
So 2 13-year-olds, 6 14-year-olds in this one. Heat 9 of 9. This is lane 1 with Verity Larwood from Woking. Lane 2, Emma Bear-Donnelly from City of Milton Keynes. Lane 3, Julia Elvidge from Royal Tunbridge Wells. Darcy Smith from Portsmouth North Sea in 4. Amy Jones from Leatherhead in 5. Matilda Bassendale from Portsmouth North Sea in 6. Olivia Cooley from Royal Tunbridge Wells in 7. Florence Goodwin from Mid Sussex Marlins in 8. And as I look up and go towards lane number 4, Darcy Smith going well. Portsmouth North Sea swimmer to 16.94. Quickest sea time on paper. Give or take 8 seconds quicker than the rest of the pool on the sea times. And it's going on very nicely. It's Darcy Smith, 105.55. Following behind, Jones in lane 5, Bassendale in 6, nearly stroke for stroke. Julia Elvidge not too far behind as well in lane number 3, but we go back to your leader, Darcy Smith, going very, very well. That white swimming cap on in lane number 4, that's centre lane. .140.01 for Smith. Just under 8 seconds behind is Bassendale in lane number 6. So separating those two, Bassendale and Jones is going to be tough, but final turn here for Darcy Smith in this final heat of the event. Of course, to be the quickest in this event, that's for sure. Darcy Smith, let's have a look at that time, and she comes in at 2:14.45. Brilliant work from Darcy Smith in lane number 4. Good push here from Bassendale in the final 25, coming in 2:23.29. Amy Jones in that top 3 in the heat, 2:24.64.
Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool to the sides.
Our next event this morning is the boys 11 to 14 years, 200 metre freestyle. Heat 1, referee.
Take your marks.
So this is event 203, the boys 11 to 14 years, 200 metre freestyle in this one. This is heat 1 of 9, so we have William Balmer in 1, followed by Theo Lofts, Steve Tennant, Freddie Saul, Ago Dinich, Oliver Simpson, Arlo Wilson, Ashton Platts. 2 11-year-olds in this one, that's Tennant and Saul in lanes 3 and 4. 5 12-year-olds, and Ashton Platts, 14 years of age, in lane number 8. So Theo Lofts, 109.63. Freddie Saul going in third with, over on that far side, William Balmer in second, 112.10. But it is Lofts who leads the way. .147 then, 0.32, 149.23, so just give or take about 2 seconds there between Lofts and Saul. That gap's just closed actually between the pair. With Balmer currently in third spot over in lane 1. Can Saul just apply a bit more pressure in this final 25 metres? Lofts is the first to turn and head back home to the finishing line. The 12-year-old from Maidenhead, so he's on course to set the time in the 11 to 12 years age group. Just keep an eye on Ashton Platts on the outside lane in lane 8 for that 14 years age category. But in comes Theo Lofts. 2:25 on the nose for Theo Lofts. That is setting the time in the 11 to 12 years age category.
Heat 2, referee.
Take your marks.
So into Heat 2 we go. In the 11 to 12 years age group. So Hunter Salt currently leading the way there in lane number 5. So we've got Andy Lee in 1, Patrick Houlihan in 2, Matthew Saunders in 3, Jack Marshall in 4, Hunter Salt in 5, Owen Fuller in 6, Phoenix Clary in 7, and Flynn Shelley is in lane number 8. Just to confirm that the finalists for the Boys Open 50-metre butterfly are as you were. We had no withdrawals for that one. So if you are in those finals for the Boys Open 50-metre butterfly, make sure you're at marshalling at the correct time. So as I look across the pool, going along nicely in lane number 8. Flynn Shelley from Mid-Sussex Marlins, the 12-year-old in lane 8 as the turn comes in. Houlihan currently in 2nd, Hunter Salt in 3rd. So this heat is with 11 to 12 years age swimmers, just the 111-year-old, and that's Jack Marshall in lane 4. Now, here we go then. Not long to go now. Going well is Houlihan over in lane 2, but keeping tabs on Shelley in lane 8. Who's going to get there first? Houlihan gets there, 2:25.07. Shelley coming in 2:25.54. And Hunter Salt is into the top 3.
Heat 3, referee.
So first of all, got the finalists for the girls 200 metre backstroke in the 11 to 12 years final. We have Molly McGinley, Lisa Durrance, Powell, Tyler J. Thomas, Elsie Butler, Alyssa Joubert, Isabel Knight and Maddie Markle, with the reserves being Darcy Williams, Lucian Spanik Pushisherion, Olivia Hagberg and Alana Jones. For the girls 13 years 200 metre backstroke final, we've got Julia Elvidge, Heidi Corbett, Ellie Grant, Olivia Quiller, Sophia Kaludis, Yiling Mai Dway, Nell Ziki and Matilda Boyce, with the reserves being Sienna West, Lara Gunul, Lily Waymond, Florence Goodwin. And for the 14-year-olds final, we have Darcy Smith, Gisela Stilano, Matilda Bassendale, Olivia Dolan, Amy Jones, Matilda Biggs, Emily Collins and Saskia Spencer, with the reserves being Elsa Dodds, Bella Jones, Ella Green and Verity Larwood. Coaches and swimmers, you have 5 minutes to withdraw from those finals. Just a reminder once again that we are putting the results on the back of the wall at the spectator gallery and at poolside. As we turn our attention back to the pool. Going along nicely in lane number 5, heat 3 is Alistair Rogers from Portsmouth North Sea, 224.7. We just have one 11-year-old in this one, that's Elliot Deruzzi in lane number 3. So time to try and beat 225.00. Bang on the nose. Houlihan was 700th of a second off. So it was so close for Houlihan in heat 2. But this is heat number 3. And Rogers has built up a nice lead here in lane number 5. Can he keep it up into the closing stages then? Here comes his turn. Rogers from Portsmouth North Sea. Finishing line beckons then for Alistair Rogers. Good pressure this Romeo Ball though in lane 6, but Rogers just has enough space here to take this home. And comes in to 17.36. To 17.36 for Rogers. Ball coming into 19.2.
Heat 4 referee.
So we've had a withdrawal from the girls 11 to 12 years 200 metre backstroke, which now means Darcy Williams from Windsor is now in that final. Darcy Williams from Windsor, you are now in the start list for the final of the girls 11 to 12 years 200 metre backstroke. So this is heat number 4. Alexander Song is in 1, followed by Alexander Bilatov, Finn Hemmant, Daniel Lawrence, Keaton Kai, Wayne Rees, Isaac Jordan and Ruben Smith all in this one. And it was a good start for Keaton Kai in lane number 5, 13-year-old from Winchester City Penguins. So we've got our first 13-year-olds now in this event. Only one 12-year-old in this one. That is Daniel Lawrence in lane number 4. Mr. Rogers setting that time at 2:17.36 in the 11 to 12 years age group. So just keeping an eye on Daniel Lawrence in this one. Alistair Rogers setting that one in the previous heat. But at the moment, your leader is Keeson Kai in lane number 5, Winchester City Penguins swimmer. But Daniel Lawrence with a good burst here in lane number 4. He's ahead of Keeson Kai. Reese, just keep an eye on him in lane number 6. As we move into the final 50, Lawrence with a great 25 metres there. 12-year-old from Staines Swimming Club, 2:17.36 the time to beat. who's going to set the 13-year-olds age group time then. Good turn there for Keaton Kai in lane number 5. He's just ahead of Gwyn Rees in lane number 6. But going back to your leader, Daniel Lawrence, 12-year-old from Staines. He comes in 2:12. 2:12.11 for Lawrence, setting the time in the 11 to 12 years age group. 2:15.66, setting the pace in the 13 years age group.
Heat 5, referee.
Take your mark.
So heat number 5 then. We've got a pool made up of all 13-year-olds in this one. Finn Mather is in 1, Thomas Knoll in 2, Richard Elijah in 3, Jacob Saliga in 4, Jake Mock in 5, Harrison Wilkins in 6, Ted Verney in 7, Alexander Milakovsky is in lane 8. And Finn Mather, 29.68 on the outside lane in lane number 1. Quickest at the turn there. So this is the 13 years age group all involved in this one. Time to try and beat is 2:15.66 set by Ken Kison in our previous heat. So roughly 3/10 of a second separating Saliga in 4, Jake Mock in lane 5. Then also in that 1:03 time frame was Richard Elijah, so nothing really to separate those three at the turn, at the halfway point. Is that going to change? Bit of a gap opened up here for Jacob in lane number 4. The City of Oxford swimmer, 2:17.29 was his C time. So it looks like it's going to be Saliga who's going to be out front, followed by Jake Mock. So roughly 6/10 of a second this time around, separating them two. Saliga in 4, Mock in lane 5. And those two, as I glance across, for their final turn of heat number 5, are almost at stroke for stroke here. Nothing really to separate those two. Here they come then, final 25 metres. This one could be almightily close. However, in this final 25, Jake Mock is just found a little bit of extra energy there, and is about nearly half a body's length ahead is Mock. So Mock coming in for a 2:10.75. He sets the pace in 13 years age group, but does Jake Mock. Brilliant 25 there from the White Oak swimmer.
Heat 6, referee.
So, heat number 6 then. That was a quick time, wasn't it, by Jake Mock in that previous one, 2:10.75. So a mixture of ages in this one. We've got 3 14-year-olds, 5 13-year-olds. So heat 6, Oscar Earther, Alan Wallen, followed by Zeb Stephenson, Zachary Callahan, Oliver Robbins, Oliver Ratchford, Miles Paul, Thomas Eddershaw, and Joshua Hutchinson. Good start in lane number 7 from Ellershaw. So we have our 14-year-olds in this one. We had a 2:38 set in one of our opening heats in the 14 years age category. So we'll just keep an eye out on Stevenson in 2, Robbins in 4, and Ellershaw in lane 7. In fact, Ellershaw is your leader at the halfway point, 1:01.81. He's ahead of Cullinan in lane number 3. So in the 13 years age group, 210.75. Once again, time to try and beat set by Jake Mock in our previous heat. That was heat 5. Final 50. Hardly anything to separate the swimmers there. Callahan just got in front there, 135.53, 500th of a second behind was Ellishaw. Leaving tabs over in lane 2 for Seb Stevenson in 2. Final turn for the swimmers. We could have a four-way race here towards the finishing line. This could be anyone. Stevenson going along nicely in 2, just keeping tabs on Ellishaw in 7. Paul is in lane number 6 and Callahan in 3. It is Miles Paul who gets there, 2:08.57. Brilliant 50 metres there from Miles Paul. The 13-year-old setting the time now with a time of 2:08.57 in the 13 years category.
Heat 7, referee.
So into heat number 7, we have 2 13-year-olds, 6 14-year-olds in this one. So Charlie Braid is in lane 1, Samuel Andrews in 2, Joshua Kimberley in 3, Neil Ginther in 4, Patrick Seasner in 5, Benjamin McDougall in 6, Logan Cook is in 7, and Zachary Maiden is in 8. So your 2 outside lanes, lanes 1 and 8, so your 2 13-year-olds in this one. Just a reminder, 13 years age category, 2:08.57. That was set by Miles Paul in the last heat. 2:08.82 is the 14 years age category to try and beat. So let's go back to the pool then. Lane 5, Patrick Seasner is going along well here. Eastbourne swimmer, 2:07.52. Is his seed time, 57.69 at the turn there. 2 swimmers under that 1 minute mark. Seasner in 5, McDougall in 6. On 28.82. On 30.45 for McDougall there at that turn. So just another reminder, 2:08.82 for the 14 years age group, 2:08.57 for the 13 years age group. Now in comes Patrick Seasner, lane number 5. 1:58.63 under that 2 minute mark. Quick time there from Seasner in lane number 5. 1:58.63.
Heat 8, referee.
So into heat number 8 we go. Penultimate heat. Henry Barker is in lane 1, followed by Thomas Williams, William Atwood, Samuel Way, Damien Fractor-Kligia is in 5, then Jack Militist, Gat Van Hung is in 7, and Alfie Davis is in lane number 8. So Faxit Kagia, 59.03, leading the way. He's ahead of William Atwood in lane number 3. Two 13-year-olds in this one, Henry Barker in 1, and Clinitis in lane number 6. 1:58.63 set by Wiesner in the 14 years age group. All that time beaten in this penultimate heat. It was a great swim for Wiesner. 1:30.66 at that turn this time. Roughly 2 seconds or so behind is Samuel Way. He's in lane number 4, but a good gap here for Faxik Agia. Lane number 5 from City of Southampton. Now final 25 metres. And coming in 2:01 for Faxik Agia. Samuel Way coming in 2:04.26 into the top 3, and that heat was Alfie Davis.
Final heat, heat 9, referee.
So this is our 9th and final heat of this event. Sebastian Newman Baronius in 1, Bryn Coffey in 2, Remy Mowbray in 3, Akar Yakno in 4, Frederick Brown in 5, Ryan Turner in 6, Nathaniel Costello in 7, Gannon is in lane 8. Now Yakno leading the way, 27.72, only time under that 28 marker after the opening 50. So this is all 14-year-olds in this one, so 1:58.63 the time to beat in 14 years age group. Are we going to see anyone beat that? Get under that 1:59 mark and you'll get close. 57.79 then at the halfway point. Mowbray not too far behind, 59.07. Those guys both under 1 minute after the opening 100 metres, I should say. On 28.87 there on that turn, on 31.4, so more of a gap open up for Yakno in lane at number 4. The Portsmouth North Sea swimmer. Well, 25 metres for him, so we're approaching the 1:50 time at the moment. We're past that now, and coming is Akar Yakno in lane at number 4, 1:58 the time to try and beat, comes in 1:57.86. That is the quickest time of the event, and the quickest time in the 14 years age group, 2:04 from Mowbray. And then comes Brown to sneak into that top 3.
Next event this morning is event 204, the girls 11 to 14 100 metre butterfly. Heat 1, referee.
Take your mark.
So this is heat number 1 of 12 in the girls, 11 to 14, 100 metre butterfly. Marianne Dar is in 2, Peter Thomas in 3, Ian Moss in 4, Althea Sage is in 5, Jennifer Bessels in 6, and Ava Shukru is in 7. So Dar in 2 and Shukru in 7 are 2 11-year-olds in this one. So this heat will set the time for the 11 to 12 years age group. Final few stages then of heat number 1. In comes Ava Shukru, 1:15.43. She sets the time then in the events and in the 11 to 12 years age group.
Swimmers on the boom, stand back. All the swimmers on the boom, stand at the back. And the officials, thank you. Swimmers, clear water.
Heat 2, referee.
Take your marks.
So please can we have a coach from Sevenoaks and Lancing College to the AOE desk, please. Make your way there as soon as possible, please. Can we have a coach from Sevenoaks and Lancing College, please, to the AOE desk? Thank you. So Emily Bourne in 1, followed by Emma Kassisas-Vai in 2, 3 Emily Fairhurst, 4 we have Charlie Hall, 5 Annabelle Van Zyl, 6 Ruby McGregor, 7 Isabella Knight, and 8 Harriet Stanley. Outside lane, 35.39, Emily Bourne, good start there. 1:15.43, time set in the 11 to 12 years age group. That was set by the 11-year-old Ava Shukru from Epsom District in 7. This is a heat 4 with 11 and 12-year-olds, so 2 11-year-olds, a Charlie Hall in 4, Harriet Stanley in 8, 6 12-year-olds in this one. Final turn, going along well, just looking across to Annabelle Van Zyl, 12-year-old from Epsom District, 1:19.51 her seed time. Just keeping tabs on Emily Bourne as well, running over that far side in lane 1. But in comes Van Zyl, 1:16.26, quickest heat 2.
Heat 3, referee.
Take your marks.
So we have 7 12-year-olds, 1 11-year-old in heat 3. We have Emily Heavens in 1, followed by Chloe Cobb, Beatrice Cubb, Elsie Seffer, Molly McGinley, Isla Rennie, Anna Collins, and Julia Shosiak in lane 8. Anna Collins, the sole 11-year-old in heat number 3. Reminder, 1:15.43 is that time to try and beat as the swimmers already approach the halfway point. So we do have a withdrawal in the boys 13-year-olds 50-metre butterfly final. We require James Fisher from Hastings. James Fisher from Hastings. If you would like to swim in that boys 13-year-olds final, please make your way up to us ASAP to make sure you're involved in that final. That's James Fisher from Hastings. And on the outside lane there, 1:14.85. Julius Krosiak, the quickest in heat number 8. Setting the pace in the 11 to 12 years age category.
Heat 4, referee.
Take your marks.
Heat number 4 then. Paige Milligan is in 1. Poppy McCready, Eden, Luke, Bella, Flavin, Ayla Coletta, Isla Piper, Rosie Holland and Lily Cranfield are all in this one. And we introduce 6 13-year-olds in this one. Milligan, McCready, Luke, Flavin, Piper and Hollands, with Coletta 12 years of age and Cranfield 11. Now, who is your leader at the halfway point? It is Rosie Hollands, time 33.89. And if she keeps that up, she'll be setting the times for the 13 years age group. A reminder that the 11 to 12 years age category time to beat is 1:14.85. So we'll just keep tabs on Coletta in 5 and Cranfield in lane number 8. But also want to make sure we get that time for the 13 years age category. Who wants to set it? Well, it's certainly nip and tuck. Who wants it coming into the closing stages? Coletta going along nicely in this final 25. She's just ahead with strokes to go. Coletta 1:13.87. That is Coletta in lane number 5.
Heat 5, referee.
Take your marks.
So confirmation of the boys 200-metre freestyle finalists. In the 11 to 12 years final, we have Daniel Lawrence, Alistair Rogers, Romeo Ball, Elliot DeRuti, Dane Hawkins, Riley Wood, Rory McDonald and Theo Lofts. The reserves are Patrick Houlihan, Flynn Shelley, Charlie Goddard and Hunter Salt. In the boys 13-year-olds final, we have Jack Militis, Miles Paul, Zachary Callahan, Charlie Bread, Henry Barker, Zachary Maiden, Jake Mock and Oliver Ratchford, with our reserves being Jacob Soliga, Richard Elijah, Joshua Hutchinson and Thomas Knoll. In the 14-year-olds final, we have Makar Yakino, Patrick Rasizna, Damien Fraxek-Gagria, Benjamin McDougall, Remy Mowbray, Samuel Way, Samuel Andrews, Leon Ginther. Reserves are Frederick Brown, Joshua Kimberley, Alfie Davis and Ryan Turner. You have 5 minutes to withdraw from those finals as we turn our attention quickly back to the pool. And it is Matilda Boyce who comes in quickest there from Bracknell and Wokingham. Time of 1:13.67.
Heat 6, referee.
Take your marks.
Into Heat 6 we go then. Lucy Tyler, followed by Angel Kerridge, Ava Wynn, Maya Shah, Minnie Wilkinson, Claudia Woodward, Ava Stradwick and Isabel May. Tilda Boyce, 113.67, setting the time in the 13 years age category, 113.87 in the 11 to 12. So we have a confirmed time from event 204, heat 2, lane 6. It was a time of 1:18.71. So event 204, heat 2, lane 6, 1 minute 18.71. Back to the action in the pool as I look across lane 2, going on nicely. Angel Courage in lane 2, having a Waterlooville, 112.26. So getting under that 113 mark. 112.23.
Heat 7, referee.
Take your marks.
So we have one 14-year-old in this one, also one 12-year-old in heat 7. But the rest of the pool, we have Erin Samson Jaja in lane 1. In lane 2, Sophia Simonas, then Poppy Morris, May Davis, Florence Goodwin, Francesca Johnson, Charlotte Richmond and Clara Moran. May Davis, 32.95 at the turn there. She is the sole 14-year-old in this one. So 112.23 set in the 13 years age group. Sophia Simone is trying to beat 113.87, but let's go back to our leader, May Davis, the 14-year-old in the pool, setting the time of 111. 111 for the 14 years age group. 112.28 for Florence Goodwin. Coming in second spot in the heat.
Heat 8, referee.
Take your marks.
So into heat 8 we go then, 7 14-year-olds, 1 13-year-old, and that is in lane number 1 with Amy Langer from Atlantis, then followed by Saskia Spencer, Isabel Arrowsmith, Dakota Lynch, Zoe Tollett, Siyu Kong in 6, then Rose Sanders and Scarlett Crockford in number 8. Already at the halfway point, Kwong leading the way, 31.99, under that 32-second mark. So a reminder of that time to beat in the 14 years age group, 111. Set by May Davis in heat 7. 112.23 is the time to try and beat Amy Langer in lane number 1. So Kwon going along nicely, but just keeping tabs on Isabel Arrowsmith in lane number 3. Could this be a really good final few meters? Also in lane 8 as well for Scarlett Crockford. In comes Arrowsmith, 109.82. Look at that, 100th of a second separating our front two, Arrowsmith and Kwon coming in second. Brilliant final 25 meters there from Arrowsmith.
Heat 9, referee.
Take your marks.
So this is heat number 9. Rose Lewin in 1, Imogen Welfare, Julia Elvidge, Grace Finley, Sophie Machin, Freya Berry, Isla Turner, Matilda Biggs all in this one. The two 13-year-olds, Julia Elvidge and Grace Finley in lanes 3 and 4. So 109.82 set by Isabel Arrowsmith in the 14 years age group. Will one of Julia Elvidge or Grace Finley beat that 1:12 time in the 13 years age group? Let's go over to Imogen Welfare, 109.42. And by 4/10 of a second is the quickest time so far in the event and also in the 14 years age group.
Heat 10, referee.
Take your marks.
Into heat 10 we go. Summer Sherita is in 1, followed by Imogen Magri, Darcy Arnold, Lucy Douglas, Heidi Corbett, Naya Singh, Cara Olney and Ellie McLeod. Lucy Douglas, 30.62 is your leader. So we have one 12-year-old in this one, Summer Sherita over in lane 1, the Wickham District swimmer. So let's see, 113.74 time to try and beat in the 11 to 12 years age group. Lucy Douglas going along very nicely. The 14 years age group, 109.42 is the time to try and beat. And she comes in 107.77. Good time from Lucy Douglas. Heidi Corbett coming in 108.4. It's the time in the 13 years.
Heat 11, referee.
Take your marks.
Penultimate heat then, heat 11. Brooke McGregor in 1, Jessica Butler, Rose O'Brien, Gisela Solano, Chloe Horton, Amy Jones, Sienna West and Emma Franklin all in this one. And as I look ahead to the pool, certainly lanes 3 and 4, Gisela Solano and Cleo Horton are your leading two, but it is Solano who is ahead, in fact, of O'Brien, I should say, in lane number 3. 107.77 set by Lucy Douglas in the 14 years age group, 108.4 in the 13 years. We have a couple of 13-year-olds in this one, McGregor in 1, O'Brien in 3 and West in lane 7. Let's go back to that leader though in lane 4, Gisela in lane 4 from Guildford City, coming in 105.2. Rose O'Brien coming in 107.49. So she leads the times in the 13 years category.
Heat 12, referee.
Take your marks.
12th and final heat then of this girls 11 to 14 years 100-meter butterfly. All the swimmers in the pool in this one, 14 years of age. In lane 1 we have Amelia Narkovic, followed by Lola Bauer, Ellen Carth, Scarlett Shepherd, Emily Collins, Ivy Manning, Freya Maynard and Ellie Post. 3 swimmers from Guildford City, that is Carth, Shepherd and Collins in 3, 4 and 5. Good start for Shepherd, 30.74. Just a reminder, 105.2. Time to try and beat in the 14 years age category. That was set by Gisela Solano in the last heat. And approaching the final turn. First to turn is Shepherd. She has a seed time of 103.65. That is the quickest out of all the seed times in this event, but it's not been made easy for her. Calf is right on her tail, just to her left. Final few strokes for Shepherd. 105.2 time to beat. 105.98 comes Shepherd, with Calf going in second spot, and Manning wrapping up that top three in the heat.
Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool, please. Clear the pool to the side.
Our next event this morning is event 205, the boys 11 to 14, 100 metre breaststroke, heat 1, referee.
Take your marks.
So underway in heat 1 of 12 in this boys 11 to 14 years 100 metre breaststroke. Only the 3 swimmers involved in this one. Lane 3, Oliver Jusak from Windsor, Ashton Platts from East Invicta Excel is in 4, and Oliver Sampson from Wickham District is in lane 5. Oliver Jusak in 3 and Oliver Sampson in 5 are 2 12-year-old swimmers. Ashton Platts, 14 years of age. And it is pretty much stroke for stroke, neck and neck in lanes 3 and 4. Who's going to get there first? Jusak in 3, Platts in 4. And it's going to be Ashton Platts, 131.28.
Heat 2, referee.
Clear the pool, please, swimmers. Clear the pool to the side. Take your marks.
Into heat 2 we go then. In lane 2 we have Hugo Faiello, followed by Bertie Yeats, Ethan Border, Noah Jones and Eamon Kulik. So this one is 12 and 11 years swimmers. Yeats in 4, Jones in 6, Kulik in 7, all 11 years of age. With Border and Fayela, 12 years of age in this one. 1:31.82 time to try and beat. And that was set to Oliver Zusak in our previous heat, 1:31.82. Looks like the first to turn there for the finishing line was Bertie Yeats in lane 4, the swimmer from Hastings. 1:34.06 on paper. Don't discount Noah Jones though coming through in lane number 6. Can he just put the afterburners on? It's going on very well actually in this 25 metres. Noah Jones, the Eden Bridge Piranhas swimmer, and he will get there first. Noah Jones, 1:29.54.
Heat 3, referee.
So just quickly we have the finalists for the girls 100 metre butterfly, starting with the 11 to 12 years final. We have Summer Sharita, Minnie Wilkinson, Ella Coletta, Alice Stanton, Julia Stosiak, Sophie Painter-Hart, Lily Cranfield and Eva Shukru. The reserve list is as follows: Sophia Simonis, Elsa Safa, Thea Sage and Miley Saunders. For the girls 13 years age final, we have Rose O'Brien, Heidi Corbett, Kiara Olney, Ellen McLeod, Sienna West, Brooke McGregor, Angel Garage and Florence Goodwin. The reserves are Francesca Johnson, Julia Elvidge, Poppy Morris and Matilda Boyce. 14 years age group final, we have Gisela Solano, Scarlett Shepherd, Ellen Calf, Lucy Douglas, Ivy Manning, Lola Barrett, Darcy Arnold and Aya Singh. With the reserves, Imogen Welfare, Freya Maynard, Cleo Horton and Emily Collins. Just a reminder, you have 5 minutes, coaches and swimmers, to withdraw from those finals from now. Let's go back to the action in the pool. This is heat number 3. And Bertie Woodward looks like he's just going to get there ahead of Riley Wood. Does so at the time of 1:27.39. That is your new leading time in the 11-12 years age group.
Heat 4, referee.
And into heat 4 we go then. Arlo Wilson is in 1, Maximilian Barnard in 2, Maxim Smith, Zeke Tennant, Gino Bay, Patrick Houlihan, Lachlan Humphreys and Daniel Mack. All in this one, heat 4. Just a reminder, of course, after this event we will have a short break. So we've had a withdrawal from the girls' 14-year-olds 100 metre butterfly final. Could we please ask Imogen Welfare from Eastbourne to make the way to make sure that you can be in the final swimmer. Imogen Welfare from Eastbourne. Final few strokes, and Barnard comes in 126.61. Biggest time so far in the event and in the age category, 11 to 12.
Heat 5, referee.
So heats at number 5, Jensen Timms in 1, followed by Oliver Snellgrove, Leon Bandini, Shu Hui Shu is in 4, Barnaby Watson, Jake Clark, Shun Yin Shan is in 7, and Henry Harkman is in lane 8. So we have a couple of 13-year-olds in this one. The 3 12-year-olds are Timms, Dini and Harkman. So we'll get a set time for the 13 years age group. Just a reminder for that 11 to 12 years, 126.61. That was set by Barnard in our previous heat. Current leader then at the moment, Shoot in lane number 4 from Guildford City. He's on course to set that time in 13 years age group. Just keeping tabs on the outside lane. Jensen Timms, 12-year-old, going along nicely. He's going to take second spot. I think he will do, but it is 123.10 for Shoot, and then 124.92 for Jensen Timms, setting the time in the 11 to 12 years age group.
Heat 6, referee.
Take your marks.
So we're halfway through this event, Heat 6 of 12. Isaac Jordan's in 1, followed by Matthew Ray, Ruben Smith, Alexander Filatov, Lewis Divo, Jack Tyndall, Romeo Ball and Cooper Robinson. 2 12-year-olds in this one, Jack Tyndall, Romeo Ball. So they're trying to beat that time set by Jensen Timms of 124.92. 13-year-old's time to beat is 123.10. Just going to make the good early start. It is Ruben Smith over in lane number 3, 38.39, the only time under 39 seconds at the halfway point. That is Ruben Smith. Final few meters then for the swimmers. Got it just ahead, looks like in lane number 2. Yeah, Matthew Ray over 122.27. He is the quickest in heats at number 6.
Heat 7, referee.
New time to beat in the 13 years age category, 122.27, set by Matthew Ray. Into Heat 7 we go then. Khan Ketten is in 1, Daniel Stevens, followed by Noah Spruce, William Larter, Harry Palmer, William Brown, Daniel Lawrence, and Alexander Borden. It's just the 1 12-year-old in this one. That is Daniel Lawrence, the Staines swimmer. We've seen some quick swims from Daniel Lawrence. throughout the weekend. But let's go to your leader, which is William Larter, 37.25. Swimmer from Seven Oaks, 122.27 is the time to try and beat. So that was, of course, set by Matthew Ray in our last heat. So last 25 metres then for the swimmers. That's been a good 50 or so for William Brown in lane number 6. Guildford City swimmer coming in 119.55. And that is setting the pace in the 13 years age category, 119.55.
Heat 8, referee.
Also, just to note that Daniel Lawrence set the quickest time so far in the 11 to 12 years, 122.67. That was in the previous heat, but 119.55. Quickest so far. That was set by William Brown in the event and also in the 13 years age category as we move on to heat number 8. Ted Verdes in 1, followed by Finn Mather, Elliot Latham, Ethan Andrews, Leo Walker-Lloyd, Mason Amiri, Alexander Gamage and Daniel Chin all in this one. And looking towards Mason Amiri, the 13-year-old from Whitney District, leader at the halfway point. And we have a couple of 14-year-olds in this one. They are Elliot Latham, Ethan Andrews and Leo Walker-Lloyd. So we'll get a time to try and beat in the 14 years age group. That was set by Ashton Platts in our opening heat, 131.28. So 13 years, 119.55. So into the final stages of heat number 8, and looking good here for Mason Amiri, who's led the way for heat number 8, swimmer from Whitney District. He comes in 115.9. 115.9 for Mason Amiri in lane 6.
Heat 9, referee.
So William West, 14-year-old from that swim club, coming in 114.93. That's the new time to beat in the 14 years age group.
Heat 10, referee.
Take your marks.
Heat 10 in lane 1, we have Alexander Smolyanov. In 2, we have Joseph Siwe-Toe. 3, Oscar Earthral. Noah Dodd in 4, Rahul Bhowmick in 5, Samuel Cannon 6, Stanley Bassett in 7, Sam Alec-File in 8. Just the one 13-year-old in this one, that is Oscar Earthral. He'll be trying to aim to beat that time of 1:15.9. The rest of the swimmers in this one will be aiming to try and get past 1:14.93 time. Noah Dodd just ahead of Oscar Earthral in lane number 3. And he will be the quickest in the pool. Let's have a look at that time. 1:11.92. That is the new time to beat in the 14 years age category.
Heat 11, referee.
Take your mark.
So new times to beat in the 13 years age category, 1:13.35. That was set by Oscar Earthral in that heat. And then 1:11.92, that was by Noah Dodd in the 14 years age category. This is heat 11, so we're into our penultimate heat. Anton Bulakurov is in 1, Jake Mock, William Atwood, Alex Young, Ian Ginther, Thomas Ellershaw, Richard Elijah, and Archibald Browning in this one. And we have two 13-year-olds, that's Mock in 2, Elijah in 7, the rest of the pool all 14 years of age. And the leader is Alex Young from Leatherhead. 1:13.58 was his sea time coming into this one. And he is the first to turn with 25 metres left of the pool to go. Just a reminder that we will have a break after this event before we get the finals underway at approximately 11 minutes past 12. Right, back to your leader, Alex Young then, 14-year-old from Leatherhead. He comes in 1:12.26. Ella Shaw coming in second spot.
Final heat this morning, heat 12, referee.
Take your mark.
So this is our 12th and final heat. Mitchell Rolls in lane 1, followed by Landre Tiendara, Sebastian Newman-Baronus, Charlie Karff, Zian Yang, Daniel Hyatt, Igor Kusmiris, and Thomas Murphy. And as we approach the halfway point, nothing really to separate those in lanes 3 to 6. So some disqualifications to bring you. This is from event 205, both from heat number 8. So heat number 8, event 205, lane 2 and lane 8. Disqualification, event 205, heat number 8, lane 2, lane 8. Back to our leader then, which is Charlie Karff, comes in 1:11.77. Charlie Karff, he is the quickest in the event and the quickest in the 14 years age category. 111.77. Well, that concludes the heats this morning in session number 3. We will now take a short break before our finals, which get underway at 11 minutes past 12. And our first finals will be the boys open 50-meter butterfly. Thank you very much, all our officials, for the brilliant work so far in session 3. We'll have a short break before we get those finals underway. Thank you very much for everyone joining us on our live YouTube stream on the Swim England South East. We'll be back with you just before the start then of those finals, which will commence at approximately 11 minutes past 12. Boys open 50-meter butterfly.
I have a disqualification to announce from event 205, the boys 100 metre breaststroke, heat 11, lane 5. That's heat 11, lane 5, technical infraction.
So we have confirmation of the finalists for the boys 100 metre breaststroke, starting with the 11 to 12 years final. So we have Daniel Lawrence, Jensen Timms, Leonie Bandini, Maximilian Barnard, Bertie Woodward, Riley Wood, Romeo Ball and Patrick Houlihan. The 4 reserves are Jack Tyndall, Jinho Bay, Lachlan Humphreys and Zeke Tennant. Now for the 13-year-olds final, we have Oscar Earthwell, Mason Mary, Rachel Rolls, Jake Mock, Alexander Song, Oliver Ratchford, William Brown, and William Lotter, with the 4 reserves being Ted Verney, Kant Getton, Alexander Gamage and Harry Palmer. And finally, the 14-year-olds final is as follows: Charlie Calf, Noah Dodd, Alex Young, Dian Yang, Sebastian Newman-Baroness, Thomas Ellishaw, Daniel Hyatt and William West. With the 4 reserves being Samuel Khan, Rijal Bomick, Igor Kuzmieres and Sam Allett File. You have 5-minute swimmers to withdraw from those finals. So just had confirmation that the finalists for the boys 100 metre breaststroke, these are the confirmed finalists that I read out later. We've had no withdrawal, so they are the confirmed finalists. So we are a few minutes away from the start of these finals. Our first ones will be the boys open 50-meter butterfly. If we can ask swimmers who are competing in those finals, please start to make your way to marshalling. Let's get these finals underway promptly. And we will start with the boys open 50-meter butterfly.
This is the final of the 11 to 12 year boys 50-meter butterfly. In lane 1, we have Patrick Houlihan from Hamble Aquatics. Lane 2, Dane Rawkins from Sevenoaks. Lane 3, Matty Saunders from Haventon Waterlooville. Lane 4, Daniel Lawrence from Staines. Lane 5, Riley Wood from Hastings Seagull. Lane 6, Thomas Maydell from Basingstoke Bluefins. Lane 7, Rory McDonald from Guildford City. And in lane 8, Rohan Andrews from East Invicta. This is the final of the 11 to 12 boys 50-meter butterfly.
And off we go then in the 11 to 12 years 50-meter butterfly final. Daniel Lawrence quickest in the heats, 31.38. Will he be the first to turn? He's looking good so far. Lawrence in lane number 4. This could be close. These 50-meter butterflies, 50-meter race is always close. Lawrence just building up a head of steam. Thomas Maydell going quite nicely in lane 6. Looking over in lane 1 of Patrick Houlihan as well. In comes Lawrence, who takes it 31.18. Thomas Maydell second, and Matthew Saunders coming in 32.74 with the bronze. Great push right at the end.
This is the final of the 13-year-old boys 50-metre butterfly. In lane 1, we have Ryan Pote from Windsor. Lane 2, Oscar Earthrow from Lancing College. Lane 3, Jack Militis from Tigers Jersey. Lane 4, Henry Barker from Romsey and Totten. Lane 5, Oliver Ratchford from Sevenoaks. In lane 6, Zachary Callahan from Maidenhead. Lane 7, Thomas Knoll from Farnham. And in lane 8, James Fisher from Hastings Seagull. This is the final of the 13-year-old boys 50-metre butterfly.
There we go then in the 13-year-olds final. Henry Barker, Romsey and Totten, 28.93. The only time under that 29 seconds in the heat. Will he be the first to turn? He looks good so far, Henry Barker, to turn first and head towards the finishing line. Can he fend off the challenge from Jack Militis in lane 3? Oliver Ratchford in lane 5 trying to close that gap, but it looks like it's going to be Henry Barker. Jack Militis coming in second. Barker first, 29 on the button, with Jack Militis coming second, and then rounding up that top 3, Oliver Ratchford.
Thank you, swimmers. Clear forward to the sides.
We now have the 14-year-old final for the 50-metre butterfly. In lane 1, we have Joshua Kimberley from Amersham. Lane 2, Thiendara from Maidstone. Lane 3, Toby Hodgson from Leatherhead. Lane 4, Patrick Presidia from Eastbourne. Lane 5, Damien Frascat-Kreischer from City of Southampton. Lane 8, Samuel Andrews from Atlantis. Lane 6. Lane 7, Ryan Turner from Woking. And in lane 8, Visual Bomick from Basingstoke Bluefins. This is the final of the 14-year-old boys 50-metre butterfly.
Third and last final then of the boys 11 to 14 50-metre butterfly. The 14-year-olds final. Patrick Seasner from Eastbourne, 26.42 in the heat. Flying start from him so far in that opening 25 metres. He turns, and now here come the rest of the ball. He's looking good. It's Patrick Seasner in lane 4. He's opened up a bit of a gap. Second and third is on for Hodgson or Frantic Clagier. Clagier looking good for that second spot. In fact, it's Hodgson. Seasner takes it 26.79. Hodgson 27.56. Into that top 3. Where's it? Yeah.
We now move on to the girls 11 to 14 200-metre backstroke finals. This is the 11 to 12-year-old final. In lane 1, we have Isabella Knight from Winchester City. Lane 2, Elise Butler from Maidstone. Lane 3, Evie Powell from Dorking. Lane 4, Molly McGinley from Wickham. Lane 5, Maisie Durant from Shiverers. Lane 6, Tyler J. Thomas from Medway Maritime. Lane 7, Alyssa Juba from Epsom District. And in lane 8, Darcy Williams from Windsor. This is the final of the 200-metre girls backstroke, age 11 to 12.
So the 11 to 12 final in the 200 metre backstroke. Molly McGinley, Wickham District, 2:30.88. 2 seconds separating McGinley and Durant in the heats. Durant in lane number 5. McGinley looks like she's just ahead in the opening 50 metres. However, this is going to be really close in this opening 50. In fact, by 400ths of a second, Maisie Durant is leading ahead of Molly McGinley. Tyler J. Thomas currently in 3rd spot in lane number 6. Early stages though of this 11 to 12 years final. So 400th of a second separating McGinley and Durant at the first 50. Roughly about a 10th of a second there at the halfway point. Just keeping tabs as well for Tyler J. Thomas. I think she might have just snuck into the lead with 50 to go. Well, not quite, but 800ths of a second behind Maisie Durant. This has been a really good three-way battle here. Just also keeping an eye on Eva Powell over in lane 3. And she just forced herself into that top 3 reckoning. So 800th of a second separating Thomas and 6. Durant in lane 5. McGinley not too far behind. Here come that 3. And to be totally honest, how are we going to separate these 3? Not long to go now in this 200 metre backstroke final. Who have we got coming in top spot? McGinley just sneaking ahead in the final stages, and she does. So 2:28.44. Durant coming in 2nd. Tyler J. Thomas in 3rd.
Thank you, swimmers, to the sides.
Next up, we have the 13-year-old female final of the 200 metre backstroke. In lane 1, we have Nell Ziki from Royal Tunbridge Wells. In lane 2, Sophia Kaludis from Thanet Swim Club. Lane 3, Ellie Grant from Tigers Jersey. Lane 4, Julia Elvidge from Royal Tunbridge Wells. Lane 5, Heidi Corbett from Guildford City. Lane 6, Olivia Quiller from Maidstone. Lane 8, Miley Choi from Reading. And in lane 8, Matilda Boyce from Bracknell and Wokingham. This is the 13-year-old female final of the 200 metre backstroke.
Take your marks.
So the 13-year-olds final underway then. Julia Elvidge, 13-year-old Royal Tunbridge Wells, 2:25.47, the quickest in the heats. Roughly over a second quicker than Heidi Corbett. Will that be replicated in the pool? We had a really close race in our 11 to 12 years final that came down right to the final few metres. Are we in for another cracker in the 13-year-olds final? And at the moment, the opening 50, really separate them. This is going to be close after the opening 50, 33.64. Elvidge, roughly over a tenth of a second behind is Corbett, then 400th of a second behind her is Ellie Grant. So a close start in the opening 50. It's been a good 50 metres here as we reach the halfway point for Julia Elvidge. There was about a tenth of a second between Elvidge and Corbett after the opening 50. Roughly a bare second now between the pair. So Julia Elvidge out in front as we go into the final turn. 25 metres left to go. Can Corbett just put the afterburners on? But Elvidge looking strong for top spot, the gold medal. Corbett currently in second. It looks like Grant's in third. Not see anything changing in the final few metres, but in comes Julia Elvidge, 2:22.5. 2:24.54 for Corbett's. Top three is Ellie Grant.
Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool to the sides.
This is the 14-year-old girls' final of the 200-metre backstroke. In lane 1, we have Emily Collins from Guildford City. Lane 2, Amy Jones from Leatherhead. Lane 3, Matilda Bassendale from Portsmouth Northsea. Lane 4, Darcy Smith from Portsmouth Northsea. Lane 5, Gisela Solano from Guildford City. Lane 6, Olivia Dolan from Hailsham. Lane 7, Matilda Biggs from City of Southampton. And in lane 8, Saskia Spencer from Crawley. This is the 14-year-old girls' final of the 200-metre backstroke.
Take your marks.
Darcy Smith, she was rapid in the heats, 2:14.45, 5 seconds quicker than the rest of the chasing pack. Will that time be replicated in the final? So two Portsmouth Northsea swimmers, Smith and Bassingdale, lanes 4 and 3. To Guildford City as well, Solano in 5, Collins in 1. Strong start then for Darcy Smith, 31.63, 33.22 for Solano. Outside lane, Emily Collins currently in second after that opening 50. And Smith to keep up with this pace, so 2:14.45 for Darcy Smith in the heats. She is the first to turn. Close in on the midway point of this 200-metre backstroke. Emily Collins still going nicely over in lane 1. Looks like in second spot, though, it is Solano in lane number 5. So Smith, Solano, then Collins. So roughly 3/10 of a second separating Solano, and it's about 4/10 of a second separating Solano and Collins. Smith still out in front. So Smith, final 50 for her, 140.33. Good healthy lead there. Just over 4 seconds ahead of Solano in second. Collins now in third, about 2 seconds between Solano and Collins. Now I'm just going to keep tabs as well. And Amy Jones over in lane 2. Matilda Bassingdale in lane 3. Are we going to see a late dash to the finishing line from the outside lanes and Biggs or Spencer in lane 7 and 8? But let's go back to your leader, Darcy Smith. Great race once again for her. 2:14.45 in the heat. She comes in 2:14.2, even better than her heat. Coming in second, Gisela Solano, and then Amy Jones, a great 50 for her, coming in third.
Thank you, swimmers. Move forward to the sides. Thank you, girls. To the sides, please.
Our next set of finals this afternoon is the Male Open 11 to 14 200 metre freestyle. First up, we have the Male Open 11 12-year-olds. In lane 1, we have Rory McDonald from Guildford City. Lane 2, Dane Rawkins from Sevenoaks. Lane 3, Romeo Bull from Maidstone. Lane 4, Daniel Lawrence from Staines. Lane 5, Alistair Rogers from Portsmouth Northsea. Lane 6, Elliot Durruti from Crawley. In lane 7, we have Riley Wood from Hastings Seagull. And in lane 8, Theo Lofts from Maidenhead. This is the finals, Male Open finals of the 11 and 12-year-old 200 metre freestyle.
So the boys, 11 to 14, 200 metre freestyle finals, the 11 to 12 years. Daniel Lawrence, we mentioned his name a few times over the weekend, haven't we? Staines Swimming Club to 12.11, really quick time in the heats. So is it going to be same again for Daniel Lawrence in this final? He's accompanied to his right and left, Alistair Rogers going along nicely. In fact, I think Rogers currently just ahead of Lawrence in the opening 50. Yes, he is, 31.43. So 9 hundredths of a second separating Rogers and Lawrence. So those are your front two at the moment. Currently in third spot, looks like Elliot Durruti. I think he's just ahead of Romeo Ball over in lane 3. We'll get a better picture once we get to the halfway point. I think Rogers is still just ahead, 105.29. So a tenth of a second separating Rogers and Lawrence, lanes 5 and 4. It's a really good battle between the pair in those centre lanes, lanes 4 and 5. Staines Swimming Club for Lawrence and Portsmouth Northsea for Rogers. Up for that third spot as well. I believe it is still Durruti and Ball who are competing for that one. I'm not going to discount though Riley Wood in lane 7. So Lawrence, this is the first time he'll be ahead at this turn, and he is ahead, 139.19. So roughly 8 tenths of a second separating those two. Lawrence in 4, Rogers in 5. Now can Rogers just keep up the pace of Lawrence into that final turn? So Daniel Lawrence 212.11 in the heats, 217.36 for Alistair Rogers. Final few strokes, Daniel Lawrence with the great 100 metres there. He's going to claim the gold medal, 212.05. Rogers coming in 214.15. And in comes Romeo Ball to take the bronze, 219.68.
Clear the pool, please, swimmers. Clear the pool to the side.
This is the 13-year-old male open final of the 200 metre freestyle. In lane 1, we have Jake Mock from White Oak. Lane 2, Henry Barker from Romsey and Totten. Lane 3, Zachary Callanan from Maidenhead. Lane 4, Jack Militis from Tigers Jersey. Lane 5, Miles Paul from Worthing. Lane 6, Charlie Braid from White Oaks. Lane 7, Zachary Maiden from Beausejour's Barracudas. And in lane 8, Oliver Ratchford from Sevenoaks. This is the male open 13-year-old final of the 200 metre freestyle.
So the 13-year-old's final, Jack Militis, the Tigers Swimming Club Jersey swimmer, 206.81. And he is your leader so far, Jack Militis, just ahead of Miles Paul. And also just keeping times of Zachary Callanan in the early stages. So 0.3 of a second separating Miles Paul in lane 5 and Zachary Callanan in the heats. 206.81, Jack Militis. He was the quickest in the heats, but this has been a great 50 on the outside lane. In lane 7, Zachary Maiden. Still leads the way to Zachary Maiden from Beausejour Barracuda. Can Jack Militis just close that gap? Great speed here from Zachary Maiden in the outside lane. Final 50 metres then. And that was a really good turn. Jack Militis in lane number 4. Can Miles Paul just try and weave his way into the top 2 positions? We could have a very interesting sprint on here in the final 25 of this 13-year-old's final. Another good turn from Militis. Can Zachary Maiden just close that gap? Keep on Militis in lane 4. Miles Paul, he's not out of the picture either coming into the closing stages. But Militis, I think, has got enough in the tank to claim the gold medal and does so. Militis coming in first, Miles Paul coming in second, Zachary Maiden in third.
We now have the 14-year-old male open final of the 200 metre freestyle. In lane 1, we have Samuel Andrews from Atlantis Swimming Club. Lane 2, Remy Mowbray from Amersham. Lane 3, Damien Frajek-Kreiser from City of Southampton. Lane 4, Makar Yakno from Portsmouth North Sea. Lane 5, Patrick Presizna from Eastbourne. Lane 6, Benjamin McDougall from Wickham District. In lane 7, we have Samuel Way from Guildford City. And in lane 8, Leon Ginther from Portsmouth North Sea. This is the boys' 14-year-old 200 metre freestyle final.
Off we go then in the 14-year-olds final. Makar Yakno, Portsmouth North Sea, 157.86, about 0.8 of a second quicker than Patrick Presizna in the heat. So we're going to see another really close battle between those two. They were the only times under the 2-minute mark in the 200-metre freestyle. Are we in for another really close race? And the early stages are anything to go by. We certainly are. Presizna just ahead, 300th of a second ahead of Yakno in lane 4, followed behind by Benjamin McDougall, 28.03, about just over a tenth of a second behind. As the swimmers emerge from yet another turn, Presizna pretty much stroke for stroke there. Hundredths of a second separating the pair, and a couple of tenths of a second behind is Benjamin McDougall. It's a million miles behind as well, just keeping tabs on Damien Franzik-Gear as well. But at the moment, leading two, Guy Yakno and Patrick Presizna. And in we go. This is certainly very, very close into the final 50 metres we go. And there we go, 400th of a second between the pair in that final 50. Quite extraordinary. They've been 300th of a second, now just 400th of a second in the final 50. Turn almost at the same time in the final 25. Who we got then? Yakno, Presizna. Almost stroke for stroke. This is almightily close. Last final few strokes. It looks like Yakno's got this. He does. 157.04. Half a second behind Presizna and McDougall coming in third. Brilliant race.
Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pole to the side, please.
We now have the girls 11 to 14 100-metre butterfly finals. In the 11 to 12 years age girls 100-metre fly, we have in lane 1 Lily Cranfield from Dorking Swimming Club. Lane 2 Julia Stryzek from Tigers Jersey. Lane 3 Isla Coletta from Guildford City. Lane 4 Summer Chirita from Wickham District. Lane 5, Minnie Wilkinson from Wantage White Horses. Lane 6, Alice Stanton from Guildford City. Lane 7, we have Sophie Painter-Hart from Hamilton Waterlooville. And in lane 8, Eva Shukra from Epsom District. This is the 11 to 12 year girl 100-metre butterfly final.
Take your marks.
So this is the 11 to 12 years final 100-metre butterfly. So 6 swimmers, 12 years of age, Cranfield in 1, Supru in 8 are your 2 11-year-olds competing in this final. Summer Chirita 110.88, over 2 seconds quicker than the rest of the swimmers in this age group in the heats. And she is your leader at the opening, the halfway point, I should say, 32.31. Second behind was Minnie Wilkinson. So Summer is going very well in lane number 4. The Wickham District swimmer 110.88 in the heats. At the moment, looks like Minnie Wilkinson's on course for second. Coletta with bronze. In comes Shanita 108.35, beating a time in the heats as well. Wilkinson second, and Coletta coming in for the bronze medal in the 11 to 12 years final.
Clear the pool to the side, swimmers.
This is the 13-year-old girls 100-metre butterfly final. In lane 1, we have Angel Courage from Haventon Waterlooville. Lane 2, Sienna West from Wickham District. Lane 3, Kiara Olney from Atlantis Swimming Club. Lane 4, Rose O'Brien from City of Southampton. Lane 5, Heidi Corbett from Guildford City. Lane 6, Ellie McLeod from Woking Swimming Club. In lane 7, Brooke McGregor from Thanet Swim Club. And in lane 8, Florence Goodwin from Mid Sussex Marlins. This is the 13-year-old girls 100-metre butterfly final.
Take your marks.
So this is the 13-year-olds final. Rose O'Brien 107.49. About 9/10 of a second behind us Heidi Corbett in lane number 5. That was in the heats. So going strong, Rose O'Brien, lane number 4, currently leading. Heidi Corbett, it looks like, is in second. Third place is a close one to call. But it is O'Brien who leads, with Corbett about half a second behind, with McLeod currently in third in lane number 6. And that was at the halfway point. Final turn then for the swimmers, with O'Brien in front. Corbett currently in second. Could that change? The third place is well up for grabs, but at the moment O'Brien is your leader. Corbett in second. McLeod was in third at the turn at the halfway point. Don't discount Cara Olney over in lane 3. This is going to be close, but in comes O'Brien and Corbett, and then McLeod to wrap up that top 3. Another brilliant final there, but Rose O'Brien is your gold medal winner.
Up next, we have the 14-year-old girls 100-metre butterfly final. In lane 1, we have Anya Singh from Reading. Lane 2, Lola Bora from Sevenoaks. In lane 3, Lucy Douglas from Guildford City. Lane 4, Gisela Solano from Guildford City. In lane 5, Ellen Calf from Guildford City. Lane 6, Ivy Manning from City of Milton Keynes. Lane 7, we have Darcy Arnold from Woking. And in lane 8, Imogen Welfare from Eastbourne. This is the 14-year-old girls 100-metre butterfly final.
Here we go then, in the 14-year-olds final. Gisela Solano, 105.2, is one of 3 Guildford City swimmers in this final. They are Douglas, Solano and Calf, lanes 3, 4 and 5. Solano was the quickest out of the 3, 105.2 in the heats. And she is ahead, but it's a little bit closer at the coming up to the halfway point. Douglas looking good over in lane 3, just keeping tabs in lane 6 at Ivy Manning. But it is Douglas who's in second, Calf in third. So at the moment it is Guildford City, 1, 2 and 3. Can any of the swimmers from the other clubs force their way into that top 3? Are we going to potentially see a change out of the lead? Gisela Solano, good turn there, half a body's length ahead of Ellen Calf in lane 5, and then I have Lucy Douglas, looks like it's in third, but keeping tabs on Ivy Manning. This has been a great 50 metres for her, but it's on course, it looks like, for a Guildford City. 1, 2, 3, Solano comes in, then Calf, and then Douglas. That is a Guildford City top 3. Solano is your gold medal winner though.
Our final of this session, the male open 11 to 14-year-old 100-metre breaststroke. First up, we have the 11 and 12-year-old male open. In lane 1, we have Romeo Ball from Maidstone. Lane 2, Bertie Woodward from Beacon. Lane 3, Leon Bandini from Abingdon Vale. In lane 4, Daniel Lawrence from Staines. Lane 5, Jensen Timms from Dorking. Lane 6, Maximilian Barnard from Leatherhead. In lane 7, Riley Wood from Hastings Seagull. And in lane 8, Patrick Houlihan from Hamble Aquatics. This is the 11 to 12 years old male open 100-metre breaststroke final.
Here we go then, the 11 to 12 years final. Daniel Lawrence from Staines, 122.67, just over 2 seconds behind him in the heats was Jensen Timms from Dorking. So this is our last trio of finals for session number 3. And at the moment making good inroads so far is Daniel Lawrence in lane 4. He's just ahead of Jensen Timms. It was those two the quickest in the heats. Lawrence ahead of Timms though in the heats, and it's same at the halfway point here, 38.38. So about 0.8 of a second separating Lawrence and Timms after the opening 50. Can Lawrence just hold on to that advantage, maybe extend it? Can Timms just closing down? Let's try and work out this third spot at the moment. Going well on the outside lane in lane 1 is Romeo Ball, just keeping also an eye on Leon Bandini in lane number 3. But back to your leader, that is Daniel Lawrence from Staines. He's now 4 bodies length ahead of Jensen Timms. And now steaming it through in lane number 3 is Leon Bandini. He's looking like he's going to take third. Back to Daniel Lawrence though, and it is goal for Lawrence, 120.58. Timms comes in 123.24, and Leon Bandini coming in 124.8.
This is the 13-year-old male open 100-metre breaststroke final. In lane 1, we have William Brown from Guildford City. Lane 2, Alexander Song from Woking. Lane 3, Mitchell Rolls from City of Southampton. Lane 4, Oscar Earthrow from Lancing College. Lane 5, Mason Amiri from Whitney and District. In lane 6, Jake Mock from White Oaks. In lane 7, we have Oliver Ratchford from Sevenoaks. And in lane 8, William Larter from Sevenoaks. This is the 13-year-old male open 100-metre breaststroke final.
So this is our penultimate final of the session, the 13-year-olds final. Oscar Earthrow from Lancing College, 113.35, roughly 2.5 seconds ahead of Mason Amiri in the heats. And he started off strong, that pink swimming cap of Lancing College. Oscar Earthrow building up a nice healthy lead as we approach the midway point of the 13-year-olds final. 34.43. Nearly 2.5 seconds behind is Mason Amiri, and that fight for that second spot is holding up nicely. Amiri in 5, Mock in 6, Ratchford in 7, keeping eyes on Rolls in 3, Song in 2, it's anyone's guess who's going to take that silver and bronze medals, but we can go back to our leader, which is Oscar Earthral, and he's certainly on course for that gold. What a brilliant performance this has been from Earthral. Just going back behind him though towards this fight for the silver and bronze. This is anyone's guess. Then Mary's coming in. Is he just going to take it ahead of Mock? Yes, he does, just and only just ahead of Mock. So it is Earthral who's gold and Mary silver, Mock with the bronze.
We now have the 14-year-old male open 100-metre breaststroke final. In lane 1, we have Daniel Hyatt from Dorking Swimming Club. Lane 2, Sebastian Newman-Baronius from Maxwell. Lane 3, Alex Young from Leatherhead. In lane 4, Charlie Carr from Guildford City. In lane 5, Noah Dodd from Black Lion. Lane 6, Yang from Abingdon Vale. In lane 7, Thomas Ellershaw from Sevenoaks. And in lane 8, William West from Thanet Swim Club. This is the 14-year-old male open 100-metre breaststroke final.
So our last final of the session. Let's try and make some noise. Get behind these swimmers then in the pool. Charlie Calf, 111.77. Just over a tenth of a second ahead of Noah Dodd, 111.92. That was really close in the heats. Are we going to see another really close race in the final? So, going along nicely, actually, just looking towards lane number 7. That's Thomas Ellershaw from Sevenoaks, but also in lane 3, Alex Young from Leatherhead. He's ahead, is Alex Young, 33.87, ahead of Noah Dodd. So over a tenth of a second. Charlie Calf currently in 3rd at the turn. Can Young just hold on to that lead? Young is in front, Calf and Dodd really putting the pressure on into that final 25 metres. Here they turn and the finishing line is in sight. Could we have one of our most exciting finals of the weekend? In comes Charlie Carr from Guildford City, 111.77. Dodd, he's really putting the pressure on. It's stroke for stroke, final few metres. This could be hundredths of a second in it, and it is 300th of a second in it. Charlie Carr gets there ahead of Noah Dodd and Alex Young coming in 3rd. But honestly, a round of applause for Charlie Calf and Noah Dodd. What a fantastic finish that was. 300th of a second separating those two. But it is Charlie Calf gold, Dodd silver, and Young with the bronze. And that concludes proceedings for session 3. Everyone just draw breath, take a moment, and we will have a break ahead of the warm-up for session 4, which gets underway at 1:45, with the events getting underway at 2:50. 2:50 start time for session 4, with warm-ups getting underway for the girls ages 11 to 12 at 1:45. Right, let's go through those confirmed results then from those finals. We'll start with the boys 50-metre butterfly.